Did you notice if you're walking on your toes, on your tippy toes, it's like you're doing tippy toes, or we call it digitigrade on a medical term. It's because usually rodents or rats, they walk like that. But I know some people walk like that. I see that all the time. And even with my patients, some of them naturally walk like that. But also more often is after they have an injury or after they have a surgery, they walk like that. If this is how you're walking, then I want you to watch this video to the end so that you'll learn how to correct that. Hi, this is Reggie from Restore Plus Physical Therapy, and welcome to today's tip of the day. Now, walking on your tippy toes is not a good way to walk. One, it's not our natural way of walking, and second is it causes more harm because one, you are more likely to fall. You're more likely to trip because the front part of your foot is pointing down, and any little curb or obstacle, you actually will stub your foot in it, and you will trip and you'll fall down. I know that for a fact because I walk like that, and that actually is one of my problems. I trip easily, and not only that, when I'm climbing steps, that's another thing. When I'm climbing steps, I do tend to trip easily on the next step. So this is important for you to correct that bad habit so that you don't put yourself at more risk of tripping and falling. Now, how do you correct that? It's not as simple as just telling yourself, oh, I have to walk properly. It's not that simple. You have to be able to do repetition. Repetition is key because that's a bad habit that you formed, or you may not have been aware of it since you were little. So you have to break that habit. You have to break that pattern. Now, there is a simple exercise that I want you to do repeatedly that will help you be able to correct that gait pattern and be able to walk normally. Now, this is the exercise I recommend to correct that gait pattern. If you're walking on tippy toes a lot, I want you to do this exercise. So first is get some cones. Get some plastic cones. You can buy them from either the 99-cent store or order them online. Get something that do not break. So these cones are perfect for that. And these are around 8 to 10 inches. So you can get some that are lower if you're starting off and you're not sure if you can clear it. Let's say you're having some knee issues, hip issues, and you can't lift your foot up high enough. You can start with something lower, but then you want to progress to something as high as this. So first is you're going to put them on a staggered way. So that way it mimics your normal step pattern, because if you put them even, then you won't be able to step. So you're going to start with one foot in front of the other, and then you're going to lift this up. And when you step down, and that's a key, when you step down, make sure you're landing with your heel first, then your foot flat, and then you lift the other foot up. When you're lifting the other foot up, you want to land heel first also, foot flat. Then before you lift this foot up, it goes to the face, or we call the toe, heel off, and then toe off, and then heel strike, foot flat, then you're going to lift the other foot, then you're going to be doing heel off and then toe off. So you basically, the most important part there is I want you to land with your heel all the time. So you're always landing with your heel. This, when you keep repeating it, it will form like muscle memory. You'll remember that you will have to land with your heel. It will come automatically to you once you get used to it already. This will counter your tendency to do this. Because I have patients who, especially after post-surgery, when I have them do this exact same exercise, they will actually do this. They will put their toes down first. It's like you're trying to tippy toe quietly, but you don't need to do that. So when you're walking, you want to be lifting this up, heel strike first, heel strike first, heel strike first. You can forget about the other phases of the gait, as long as you remember the most important part, which is you go heel strike. Always heel strike first, heel strike first. All right, so I want you to try doing that exercise again and again until you remember, until that becomes automatic for you. That's how you correct your gait pattern if you have a tendency to walk tippy toes. Now, when walking on tippy toes, it's important for you to correct that because two main things is one, you can trip and fall more easily because you're gonna trip on even tiny objects or low obstacles. And the second one is you will have a tendency to stub your toe if you walk on your tippy toes. And if that happens, you're risking that you're going to fracture your toes, which we see sometimes in the clinic is we see patients stubbing their toe, especially the little toe, and that will cause a fracture. So those are two big reasons for you to correct your walking, aside from you want to look more normal when you walk. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for spending these few minutes with me, for watching this video. I hope that you learned something from this video, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button so you get alerted once the new video comes out next week, where I will share with you more tips on how to get healthy and pain-free. In the meantime, go watch the next video.